Okay, let's dive right into this. Do people often shop online in your country? Well, I'm guessing the answer is a resounding yes. Think about your own habits for a second here. Have you ever bought things online? If so, what exactly did you buy? Was it clothes, a new gadget, or maybe some video games? As our source material clearly shows, online shopping is just a massive global phenomenon. So mastering the precise steps and the specific English vocabulary for this whole process isn't just helpful anymore. It's honestly a modern survival skill.
So, here's our roadmap for today. First, searching for a product. Then, reading online reviews. Adding to your basket, paying at checkout, delivery options and addresses, and finally, awaiting your order.
Section 1. Searching for a product. Finding exactly what you want.
The whole process kicks off when you search for a website. Once you land on that homepage, the very next vocabulary term you really need to know is search products. Imagine walking into a massive, multi-story department store looking for one very specific item. It can be super overwhelming, right? But online, stores organize things perfectly for you. You can easily click through broad categories like women's, men's, and children's clothing, or you can just go straight to a search bar and type in exactly what you want, like a new computer or just a simple cotton t-shirt. It's all about speed and convenience.
Section 2. Reading online reviews. Making the right choice.
Now, what's really interesting about this next step is that because you can't physically touch or try on an item, reading reviews is exactly how we verify quality. The source text gives us a golden rule right here. Read the reviews to see what other people who bought the same thing think. This step is absolutely vital. Before you confidently choose which computer or item of clothing you actually want to buy, you really have to check those online reviews. It's hands down the best way to save yourself from buying a jumper that shrinks after a single wash or a pair of boots that are just incredibly uncomfortable. The reviews are basically your virtual fitting room and product test all rolled into one.
Section 3. Adding to your basket. Selecting your item's details.
Let's build a quick mini scenario here. Imagine you've found the perfect cotton t-shirt. Before you can actually claim it, you have to define the specific details. First, you need to select a size, perhaps small, medium, or large. Then, you pick a color, maybe white, blue, or red. And of course, you absolutely must check the price, which in our specific source example is a very reasonable $6.99. Missing just one of these attributes might mean you end up with a large red shirt when you actually wanted a small white one.
So, once you're completely satisfied with your choices, you click a button featuring a very important phrase, Add to Basket. As defined here, this is the action of placing your selected product right into your virtual shopping bag. It mirrors exactly what you do in a physical supermarket. But here's the brilliant thing about online shopping. It's not a final commitment yet. If you happen to change your mind before you pay, you can easily just click Delete this item and remove it from your basket entirely. No awkward conversations with a shop assistant required.
Section 4. Paying at checkout. Finalizing the purchase. And this brilliantly illustrates the next phase. The checkout is your digital cash desk, and this is where online shopping differs most heavily from walking into a physical shop on the high street. While you might hand over a 50-pound note or a handfuls of change to an assistant in person, online checkouts operate a bit differently. You'll typically need to pay with plastic money, specifically a credit card or a debit card. The most absolutely crucial thing to remember here? Cash is not accepted online. I mean, you literally can't put coins into your computer, right?
Once you enter those payment details and hit Pay, the checkout system instantly generates a unique order number, like 5624890. This specific sequence is used by the system to track your total purchase. For instance, if you decided to buy 2 of those cotton t-shirts we looked at earlier, your order number securely tracks that total £13.98 transaction. It acts as both your digital receipt and your definitive proof of purchase.
Section 5. Delivery options and addresses. Getting it to your door.
So the crucial point is, you will be prompted to fill out a delivery address to ensure your package actually reaches you. You have to provide your name, your house number and street. For example, our source uses a fictional house on Shaftesbury Road. You also need to input your city, like Cambridge, and your country. And finally, a phone number and email address are required so the delivery company can actually contact you about your order's progress.
Now, this leads us to a fascinating language point that catches a lot of people out. If you're ordering from a UK-based website, you're going to be asked for a postcode. A UK postcode contains both letters and numbers, like CB28RU. However, if you are shopping on a US website, they'll ask you for a zip code, which is strictly numeric, like 10509. Knowing this distinction will save you a ton of confusion and annoying error messages at checkout.
Right before you finish, you also get to choose your delivery options. This is the classic trade-off of online shopping: time versus money. You can usually choose free delivery and patiently wait 3 to 5 days. Or if you're in a massive hurry and you need that item immediately, you can pay an extra fee, like $5.99, for next-day delivery.
Section 6. Awaiting your order. The final step of the journey.
You've clicked buy, and now you're just waiting for the package to finally arrive at your front door. During this final phase, you can track your package using that unique order number we discussed earlier. But what happens if things go wrong? Well, the source text provides a very relatable anecdote about a customer named Tom. Tom bought a pair of shoes online and specifically paid £5 extra for next-day delivery, but they didn't arrive. He had to contact customer care. To get help, he had to provide his incredibly long order number, G992155400Z, along with his UK postcode, WC25SN. The customer care representative apologized, explained they were just very busy, and promised the delivery for the following day. It really just goes to show why keeping your order number handy is so absolutely critical when you're waiting at home for a delivery.
Which brings us to the very end of our explainer today. I want to leave you with this provocative question straight from our source text to help you reflect on your own digital habits. Do you usually read the reviews before you buy something? Or do you just add it straight to your basket and hope for the best? Think about it next time you're online. Thank you so much for joining me on this structured journey through the digital checkout. Keep practicing these terms, and hey, happy shopping!